Yeah, last week was the craziness.
What happened last week?
Yeah, well, 2 incidents. I'm a victim of OG abuse.
Okay. Wait, you as an OG were the abuser or being abused?
I'm a victim of OG abuse. I was being abused.
You're a victim blamer, Sidney. Already, he's
Yeah.
trying to. But somehow he was like, "This is your fault."
I know.
Well, because
Sydney's like, what were you wearing?
Yeah, no.
Exactly. But that's a legitimate
What
question
time
for
of night?
OG abuse.
What time of night was it?
Yeah, because we're both at that age where people can call us old heads, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's that feels abusive. Or you could also be like the old head wearing, because I noticed you have these sick new shoes on.
Yeah, they're not that sick. They're just
They're pretty sick.
They're all right.
Did that have something to do with the OG? Did you have different shoes? Were you wearing like Keds or Skechers?
No, I've learned that lesson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened? What was the OG abuse?
So this involves our friend Naeem.
Okay.
Our friend Naeem. So I was in Center City. And I'm parked in a loading zone, and this guy comes up, and he's walking around my car, and he starts to give me a parking ticket. So I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, well, you're in a no-stopping zone. I said, no, it's a loading zone. It's a no-stopping zone Monday through Friday. It's Sunday. So then he goes, oh, well, you're in a loading zone. And I was like, okay. So then he goes, he goes, you're not loading anything. And I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
So then he's like, hey, man, the more of these I give, the more money I get.
What?
So
that's not legal.
So I go from like a 2 to like a 7 at this point.
Yeah.
And so he just keeps kind of like talking shit a little bit, and he's like, oh, I'll take care of it. I was like, what do you mean? You're going to like he's like, oh, it's already in system, so I can't get rid of it. And I was like, are you serious? He's like, hey man, he's like, you shouldn't be in a loading zone. You're not loading anything. And so then he like gives me the ticket, and I snatch it out of his hands, and then he goes, oh, have a good day. And I said, fuck you.
Naturally.
So he's like, you're going to say fuck me after I just said have a nice day? I was like, in case you didn't hear me the first time, fuck you again. So now I'm like 8.5.
Well, I mean, that must have blew his mind, because you don't necessarily strike people as the fuck you in a confrontation with a stranger type of guy.
If you get me there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not like any situation can do that to me, but certain situations, it's like, yeah, I can be that person.
He probably was like, all right, sweet, a black guy I can bully a little bit. And then you hit him with the fuck you. He was like, what?
So I don't know. I might have called him a pussy and told me he's a bitch. And all this
God damn.
I might have.
I don't know if I ever heard you say those words.
No, here's the thing. I know that I have a certain temper.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm usually very even keeled, right?
Gotcha.
Because I know that if I go to a certain point, that it's just like I get really angry. Yeah. So that's why no one ever sees it. So if people do see me mad, they're like shocked that I even can get mad, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy's got me pretty pissed at this point. So then like I get in my car, and he comes up to the window. He's like, you come out this car, I'll beat your ass.
Wait, the guy that's giving you the ticket is still saying this?
Yeah. So he's like, you get out this car, I'll beat your ass. And so I was like, oh, you want to be a parking ticket thug? Is that what you are? A parking ticket thug?
What the hell?
And keep in mind, this guy's like 140 pounds, and he has bottom braces. So I'm like, come on, bro. Yeah.
Only bottom braces.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess he couldn't afford the top. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's like a payment plan. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to, dude. You don't want to get those braces messed up right now. You can't afford it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know you don't have the proper mouthpiece to put in for this fight.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he's like, oh, if you get out the car, I'll beat your ass. And so I have a dash cam. And so I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, if I fuck this dude up, like beating up a PPA guy, they treat it like you did something to a police officer, because so many people threaten these people all the time. So they like prosecute to the highest extent they can.
yeah.
So if people don't know what PPA is, the Philadelphia Parking Authority. So these are assholes who walk around giving people tickets.
It's they're trying to keep black people in check.
Yeah. But actually, you know what? They're universally hated in the city. It's the only thing that unites everyone.
Yeah, but the manner in which you get prosecuted for assaulting them is definitely an attempt to keep black people in check. Because black people would be fucking up PPA on a daily basis without that. Not the David James type of black people. But
what do you mean? What type of black people are you talking about, Sidney?
The not Naeems. But go on.
So my dash cam's like facing the front, but I can easily disconnect it and move it any way I want to. So I disconnected. I put him on here. I was like, "Say it again, bitch," you know. And he's like, "You luck you got that camera, otherwise I fuck you up," or something like that.
Is he also black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
More sense now.
Yeah. He's like, "You old motherfucker," and some other shit.
He called you an old motherfucker?
Something like that. I have it on my computer somewhere because I took it from the dash cam so I wouldn't forget to like save it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be released in a future.
So where does Naeem come into this?
So I'm livid for like the next 2 hours after this encounter, right? And I see him walk down the street talking to other people trying to get them tickets, right?
Yeah.
So I remember I thought of Naeem as like, I was like, Naeem is like, I know Naeem is like was a boxer. Naeem's done some time, right?
Yeah.
And he's like the most Philly dude I know. So I text messaged Naeem. I was like,
so you're
WWND.
Yeah.
I was like WWND. I was like, what would Naeem do? And I was like, dude, I almost turned.
He probably read that like, oh, what would a nigga do?
Yeah.
All right.
Same thing.
Glad he texted me.
Yeah. So I texted him WWND, and I was like, dude, I almost became you. Like I was like, shit, I almost became Naeem in a second. I was like, Naeem probably would have started throwing hands, like instantly. So, so then I tell him the description, and I took a picture of the dude, and I was like, yeah, and this motherfucker didn't even have like a PPA hat on, right? And I sent Naeem the picture, and he's like, oh, that's a young boy from TikTok. I was like, what? And he's like, that's a young boy from TikTok. My son watches him. He has like 1 million followers. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So what he does, he goes around taking real parking tickets off of people's cars, and he gives them to other people who are, and he's trying to make TikTok videos with like a body cam or something. Yeah. So that's what he does. Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, man, I can't wait. You're going to be on another episode. I was like, this motherfucker.
Damn.
So then I got even more mad because I was like, I should have slapped the shit out of him now that I know he wasn't an official PPA person. But what's fucked up is that he's taking tickets off of people's cars, right? So they don't know they have tickets.
Yeah.
Right?
You sniffed that out, by the way.
Yeah.
Like you went straight into wishing a motherfucker would mode and didn't even realize that was a fake PPA. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
Your radar is on point. But
here's the funny part is that I wasn't really, because after he walks away, I actually open up the ticket, right? And it's not my car. It's the wrong license plate, and it's the wrong street, and it's the wrong time.
Damn.
So then I was like, oh, this motherfucker's taking other people's real tickets, and they're not even aware of it, and giving to other people so he can make his stupid fucking videos.
Damn.
So then I might have been low-key crazy.
For sure.
And I might have sort of driven around 2 hours later to see if he was still in the same area.
You went looking for a motherfucker? Yo, you were in I better not find you mode. You went from wishing the motherfucker would mode to I better not see you in the streets mode.
I drove back 2 hours later.
God damn it. I didn't even know you had either one of those modes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to get a little crazy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Naeem was like, nah, you doing the right thing.
No, Naeem thought it was the funniest shit ever. Like, he's been checking this dude's TikTok every day.
Waiting for you?
Yeah.
Waiting to see me. Yeah.
All right, cool, man. All right, that's perfect.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah, that is insane. And that is a perfect story to get into this podcast with.
Yeah.
Boom. Now the intro music plays.
Two Jack Bros. Two Jack Bros.
Welcome back to Two Jack Bros, ladies and gentlemen. If it is your first time, welcome to you as well, and thank you for giving us a shot. I am Sidney. I am sitting next to Ansley.
Hello.
And today our guest is none other than the David James. What's up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good to be back here.
Yes, a returning guest. This is exciting.
Now, I haven't been back here since Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You know, because we weren't doing returning. Like, this is where we just started doing returning guests. So it's on now. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah.
So you're already familiar with the process here. So these are different questions in case you didn't know. And you ready to get into this?
Yes.
Ace, take it away. Oh, by the way, if it is your first time watching, the premise of this podcast is to prove that you can get enlightenment no matter what your sense of humor or your temperament, apparently.
Completely normal temperament.
Yeah, you can still somehow reach enlightenment. And we're going to take David James through the process of enlightenment right now. And you guys are going to reach a higher consciousness just by watching and laughing along. So, Ace, let's get it.
So, like we were saying, this is your second time on the show.
Yes.
So,
yes.
David, what happened after the last time you were on Two Jack Bros?
Probably nothing. I don't think anything really changed. I don't know. Are you asking if I had a moment after I left of enlightenment?
Well, I guess what we're asking is like how did you, the feeling that you left with after doing the podcast, you took that into the world. Then what?
Well, I've been such a more calm person since then.
Okay.
I don't let myself get angry anymore. I'm very reasonable, calm, and collected about situations that would normally stress me out or make me get agitated. So I would like to say thank you to the two of you for taking the rage I had out of my heart, because it's been gone ever since.
You might have been the first person that leveled down after doing the podcast. He's out there knuckling up in the streets.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take that. And so now what we do, of course, you know already, but we're going to ask you questions that are associated with popping open chakras from the bottom chakra to the top. Ace, let's get it.
All right, David, we'll start with I can't even.
The root chakra.
Oh, the root chakra. I don't know what I thought that said. Okay, sorry. We'll start with the root chakra. So, David, what is your favorite BS?
BS?
Mm-hmm.
That I do or just I observe?
Either way.
Yeah.
Favorite BS. My bullshit that I think is probably funny is probably toying with people. That's my favorite.
You?
Yeah.
What? Not you, who just spent a half hour making fun of me for not wearing deodorant the other day. Not you. But so what was the last good toy you had? Oh dear God. Oh dear God.
The last good toy I had. I'm trying to think. I guess it's adult toys now, right? Not porno toys.
Okay,
Yeah.
please explain.
Yeah. So like our toys now are like a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I meant the last good BS you had.
Oh, you mean toying with people?
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
yeah.
He's very close to black nerdom at all times. That's why I'm very shocked that he went there with the faux PPA. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
Because he said I like toying around with people. I was like, what's your most favorite recent toy? And he's like, PlayStation or were you talking GameCube? Like instantly, it was like, well, not action figures. I don't do those anymore. I mean, I have collectibles, but I don't play with them.
Well, here's the thing. I grew up poor, so when people like used to ask about toys, I'm thinking of Santa.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, I might actually get something this year. But yeah, as far as I'll give you a throwback.
Okay.
I'm a horrible sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to like sleep in class all the time in high school, and they would like start to try to give me detention and other stuff like that. So I figured, why not tell my teachers that I'm a stripper?
Yeah. We talked about that on the last episode.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I did?
Yeah, that was a big...
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, that was
It was a good one.
That was a good one. We agree.
Yeah.
100% agree.
That's my favorite toying with people of all time. Most recent one?
Yeah, and by the way, you can check that out on David James' last appearance, which is episode 199, literally named after the story called That Night Job.
Really?
Yeah.
I mentioned that last time I was here? What? Or maybe we asked about toying with people.
No, that was your favorite lie on the last episode.
A favorite lie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty much kind of the same topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
A little bit different. Okay, favorite fucking with someone. Probably my mom. Yeah. So there's this thing where if she says the word soup, then I go into a soup character, and I won't stop talking about soup until she hangs up on me.
Wait. God damn. There's so much to unpack right now. So is your mom enthusiastic about soup?
No. She just will just anytime this game has been going on for at least 8 years.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't try to get her to say soup. She'll just forget about the soup guy and accidentally say the word soup, and then I break into the character and I refuse to break it until she hangs up on me.
Can we hear? Well, first of all, I don't even think I've heard my mom mention soup in the last 8 years. So the fact that you get to do this on a regular basis,
No, this is the best part about it. She'll go a year and a half and forget, and then mention the word soup for some reason.
Yeah,
and then it's on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right, so I'll be your mom for a second. I was thinking about going after we get off the phone and get some soup.
You know what I like about soup?
How the hell does she forget that?
Does she use your full name when she gets upset at you?
She goes middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes middle name. Yeah.
And what's your middle name?
Yeah, Nelson. Yeah.
She's trying to play you,
Yeah.
dog.
Nelson.
Yeah. Or she'll call me an ungrateful little punk. It's always something punk. Says she'll knock me into Never Never Land. That's her favorite threat.
You're a soup Nelson.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I just start talking about soup with that character voice.
Yeah.
And it's the most annoying thing on the planet. And I know it's annoying, but it gives me so much joy.
That's so funny.
That's fun.
Remember before we started the podcast and you were talking to him downstairs and he was like, "I'm not a jerk, but." Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? Wild.
Yeah. So I'll just start talking about soup just nonstop, and I'll just be like an example. I'll just be like, you know what I like? I like deodorant soup.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you put soup, sometimes you get soup from your armpits, and then you put some degree on it, and then you make some armpit deodorant soup, and that way you can just put on your body in the soup, and then you don't sweat anymore because you got soup deodorant on your body.
I refuse to be triggered by this. He's trying to trigger me right now, and I refuse to let that get
I
under
want
my
to start
skin.
yelling, "Stop it, Nelson!" Nelson, stop!
But I just start talking about making soup out of anything else she tries to talk about.
Yeah.
So she'll try to change the subject, you know. She'll be like, yeah, I think there's like a raccoon in the attic of the building or whatever. And I'm like, you know what my favorite type of raccoon soup is? And I just start talking about saying that, like, I'll go into saying that I had a soup factory and I had raccoons as employees, and they would just make raccoon soup from all the trash they would be digging up and foraging through.
Okay.
And so she's just like, what is wrong with you? And I just keep talking about soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So love that, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, so is there a favorite type of BS you like to observe that is like non-David James or non-Nelson?
That I like to observe?
Yeah.
Probably just people watching in Philly. One of my favorite things is guessing which people aren't from Philly are going to stop and talk to the vagrants.
Ooh, yeah.
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 Because I'll see someone like a vagrant come up and talk to somebody in the city, and I'm just like, just keep walking. Keep walking. And then the people stop. I'm like, there's your mistake.
Yes. Those vagrants stay on their bullshit.
Yeah.
They stay on their bullshit.
Yeah. I had one lady in my neighborhood. She tried to hit me up 3 times, and it was the same story. So she's just like, so she's coming in. I live in the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she says that she's trying to get out here in the suburbs to like Norristown or something, right? She's like, oh, my daughter, she's in labor, so I just need a couple money to like get on the bus and go back there and help out my daughter, right? And so I was like, I'm sorry, I don't give out cash to people, but I will pray for you.
Ooh.
And I kept a straight face. I
Yeah.
was trying not to laugh when I said I'll pray for you. So then I see this woman a year later, and it's the same story. You know, oh, my daughter, whatever. And then I see her a third time, and I start finishing her story. I was like, oh, is this the one who's in labor? You know, and she's like, what?
Stop it, Nelson.
It's like, I'll knock you in a Never Never Land, soup motherfucker.
All right, I love that. We'll call that a root chakra. Pop. We're popping them
Popped.
now.
Yeah.
We're popping them now. All right, Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we're to the sacral chakra. So, David, when and why did you feel the most lost?
We just got done doing Dave's Patreon episode, and it was an absolute blast. Dave, did you have a good time?
Yes, I did.
Can you read that script one time with a little more? No,
Yes.
no script. That was his natural enthusiasm. He did. Oh dear God, put the deodorant down. I'm wearing deodorant.
Just checking.
All right. And that's $1, by the way, gets you all of our exclusive content, which not only includes the counter to this podcast, which we call Two Jack Bros After Dark. He's bullying me right now. If you don't know, with this deodorant, he is bullying me right now. But we also do some fight commentary and analysis on Ansley's Jiu Jitsu matches. And now we are going to get back. Leave me alone, Dave. Now we are going to get back to this episode and find out what makes Dave feel the most lost.
Lost? I'm trying to think if I felt lost. I don't think I've ever felt lost or like confused or anything like that. Maybe it's time that I felt the most lonely.
Oh, okay.
Is that lost and lonely are pretty much the same
pretty
thing,
close. Yeah.
right? So this is kind of sad. So I got kicked out of my house.
This is kind of sad. Okay. All right.
So
It makes me feel like we're going to be allowed to laugh at his pain.
Yeah,
I
I
like
know.
the setup.
You laughed first, David.
No, so I don't know. I think this might be a quirk that I get from my dad. Like he'll be describing a story and giggling,
Okay.
and I'm like, Dad, you can't tell that story like that to anybody.
Yeah.
Like we had a neighbor who killed himself with a chainsaw. My dad would be like, darndest thing, he grabbed the chainsaw, just stuck it right in his chest. And I'm like, Dad, you can't retell that story that way to other people. Yeah.
By the way, there is nothing more manly than killing yourself with a chainsaw. Like
it's pretty badass.
Yeah, he's in Valhalla for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But you got kicked out of your house.
Yeah, so I got kicked out of my house. And so basically, like, through like college, I didn't have anywhere to go on any of the breaks, or even Christmas break. So basically, I went to Widener, which is a very small school. It's like a gigantic high school. So half the students there are commuters. The other half, they all leave. So basically, I'm like on the campus by myself for like 3.5 weeks with no one to talk to, like for an entire like winter break.
Yeah.
I think it was my sophomore year.
Ooh.
And then I caught the flu halfway through it. So then I just had to suffer through like 102 degrees, like fucking fevers, and like looking like I was a crackhead, like for like that entire that last week of winter vacation.
So just out of curiosity, when you had the flu, are you a blanket/soup guy?
Do you know what I like? No. No, that was another thing. Like, there's no grocery stores around there.
Yeah.
So it's like to get somewhere, like you got to go somewhere. There's like nothing you can walk to, like a campus thing, because everything's shut down. So for me to get like food or something like that, I got to like hop on a bus and go to the closest Walmart I can find.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I felt like shit. So basically, it was the saddest part was like my roommate came back with this entire family, and they're all like, "Oh, we're a family," and all this other stuff. And they show
all
up,
dressed the same.
Yeah. And they open up like the door, and I'm just in blankets, like, like I've been in solitary confinement. You know, I was like, "Turn the light off." Yeah, that's basically. I was like. Yeah, it was like I was basically in solitary confinement in a dorm room. I was the only person in the entire dorm.
Man, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Did you have any adult toys with you?
No. I don't actually. No, I was about to say I had a PlayStation. I forgot. It was my roommate. He took it with him. Yeah.
Nice break. I'm going home to my family with my PlayStation.
He's like, I was too busy having so much fun family activities. I didn't have time to use my PlayStation. I could have left it here.
Plus, we used the other one that was already plugged. I used my dad's PlayStation the whole time I was home.
Yeah. So that was a very low winter break. Yeah, it was very sad.
Yeah, that was very sad.
No, because it's like you're Christmas by yourself.
Yeah.
You're at New Year's by yourself. And then you catch the flu.
Yeah. That is actually pretty sad.
Yeah.
That's also hilarious.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's popped.
That's popped.
Yeah.
That is a sacral chakra popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this podcast moves a little faster than the first one, so don't worry about the length. We're if it feels like we're zipping along, we probably are. Right? Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the solar plexus chakra. So, David, will you tell us about a time you let somebody have it?
You mean like I really like told somebody about themselves.
Yeah.
What?
Other than fake PPA guys.
I'm trying to think. In real life, I haven't really gone after somebody. There was one guy who he was like a waiter, but he thought he was a comic too.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was having a bad day, and he tried to tell me like I'm not funny or something like that. And I just started ripping into him. This is like a group text message of like 5 people or 6 people, whatever it was. And I started ripping into him and like telling him like he should kill his joke book. He'll never ever be funny. I was like, you can go memorize Bill Cosby, George Carlin, anybody else, and go do that at open mic, and you would still suck with somebody else's material. Like, and I just start ripping into him, where everyone was like, "It's like, damn, David!" Like, they start everybody starts like tapping out of the group text thread, all one by one. They're all like, "Yeah, this isn't fun anymore," and everybody just kind of taps out.
How long ago was that?
Oh, geez. Probably 7 years ago.
And does the gentleman still do comedy?
No.
How long after?
He dabbles in it still. But
Okay.
he doesn't do it anymore.
That's
But
fair.
he never did, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what
I
I
get
mean?
it. He never committed to the sacrifice.
He'd be like, go up like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Now, you contextualize that by saying in real life, is there another avenue of life where you let people have it? Like, are you a headset guy when you're gaming?
No.
Okay.
No. Because I really don't like everyone I know that I used to play with online. They're all like have kids and they don't even play anymore. They're retired.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think subtle things. Sometimes I'm letting someone have it like in a subtle way, and I don't realize I have a smart ass mouth.
Yeah.
So like there was a white girl I used to date. Shout out. And she said one day, she goes, "I'm mixed." I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm like a mutt. I'm like part Irish, I'm part Scottish, I'm part like Welsh, I'm part like British." And I was like, "That's white stuff with freckles." And she's like, "What?" I was like, "White stuff with freckles plus white stuff with freckles plus white stuff with freckles equals white stuff with freckles. You're not mixed." I was like, "You're not a Tiger Woods."
Yeah, they don't like that. Like when you tell white people that think they're mixed, that they're not mixed, they hate it.
Yeah.
That's their identity.
Yeah.
Like, how did that go?
Yeah, she was like, "What?" And then, she started laughing when I called her. Like, I was like, "You're a regular Tiger Woods." And then it hit her. It was like, it's like, "Oh, I'm really not that mixed." It's just that in her circle, that's something they all would say.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
in their circle, that's mixed. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, she thought she was soup.
Yeah.
Bitch, you ain't soup. You need to chill, girl. You white bread.
There was a dude I used to work with, and he's like, "Oh, I think I might go back to school and go to law school. Maybe I want to be a judge one day." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna be a wizard."
Ooh.
So I just basically was telling me you have no chance.
I caught that. I caught that right away. Maybe it's because I also received this from you, so I know what to look for.
Know how to take that.
Yeah. Anthony was like, wait, why'd you say wizard?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that cut deep.
I ended up apologizing. I'm like, "I'm sorry, man. Your dreams will come true."
All right. Yeah. Believe it or not, David James does let people have it. We said bears for one time, by the way.
I know.
I feel like we have to stop him now.
Yeah.
This
You know
will
what it
just
was?
go on
The reason I think I combined those because they were like within like a month of each other, and it was like both people I worked with.
Okay.
So I said this to people like at a work environment.
Yeah. Great work friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The number one coworker right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ace, I think there's definitely a solar plexus popped.
Yes.
And then Ace, let's keep it moving.
All right, we're to the heart chakra. So, David, what is your deepest heartbreak?
I'm trying to remember if I mentioned what I mentioned before. Did you guys ask me this last time?
We'll remember.
Deepest heartbreak. I'll go with my first heartbreak.
Okay.
Did you guys have tricycles growing up?
Ooh.
Not a No, I
Big
had
wheel.
big wheel. I had
Yeah,
big wheel.
Big wheel.
I was a big
Yeah.
wheel guy.
Yeah. Well, I think I started with big wheel and graduated to tricycle, and they were trying to get me to a bike after that.
Yeah, I went big wheel to bike.
Yeah. So I had this tricycle that I loved, and then my parents were telling me that I was too old for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day it was just gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was no like, I just went to go look for it. And I was like, where's my tricycle? And they're like, I was, in my mind as a kid, it's like walking to somewhere and your car's not there anymore.
Yeah.
You're like, niggas done stole my car.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, niggas done stole my tricycle. But it's like, usually it's just like, oh, you forgot where you parked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, so my tricycle's stolen or something like that. So I asked my parents where it was. They're like, oh, we gave it away because you're too old for it.
Yeah.
And so I'm devastated by this. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm like crying. I'm upset. And then I notice, like, across the street, like a couple days later, there's a kid on my fucking tricycle. And I was like, you couldn't even go to another neighborhood? Like, I was like, you're going to throw it in my fucking face? I was so devastated.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like as a parenting move.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
To give your tricycle to like someone across the street
Yeah.
and be like, you're too old for it.
Yeah.
Like I listen.
Watch this kid have so much fun on it.
Yeah. He's having so much fun. It's like seeing someone across the street with like your favorite teddy bear like waving at you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like, motherfuckers. Yeah.
I mean, but to be fair, he was a sophomore in college.
Yeah.
He got so upset about it that they kicked him out of the house. Oh man, that's pretty. Dude, did you try to get it back at all?
No, because it was well known. It's like, you cannot go get this back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
did you have any thoughts of like sabotaging the tricycle, like trying to like, I don't know, put a trike bomb on? I don't even know what to do to sabotage a tricycle.
Cut the brake lines?
Oh my God.
Put a used condom on it?
Yeah. Yes. There you go.
Timmy's a whore. So I'm with the priest.
Yeah. Take his left back wheel, something like anything.
No, now that I think about it, I should have done it. If I had my mentality that I do now, I definitely want to sabotage that fucking thing.
Yeah. What about the kid? Did you like hate the kid forever?
No, for some reason, I think all my hatred was at my parents. Yeah.
I mean, rightfully so. That is a crazy move.
Yeah. Do you remember how old you were?
I have memories from back when I was 2. So I was probably 3-ish. Yeah, I was 3-ish. Yeah.
First of all, that's not too old to have a tricycle. But you were probably a big kid.
They were trying to put you on a bicycle like early.
Yeah. Back in our day,
That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, like training wheels. It was like, that was like maybe like a 3 days tops. You got to use training wheels, and then you're just like, no. Now, I remember my cousin was teaching me how to ride a bike. It was just they put you on, and they push you, and you fall down about 80 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just get back up, and they just put you on a bike again.
I feel like everything about raising children from that era was about getting them out of the house.
Yeah.
It was like, nah, dude, you're off the training wheels with
Yeah.
everything. Like metaphorically,
Yeah.
you got to get off the training wheels.
Yeah.
So
That was just a mentality. It's like swimming. My dad just threw me in water.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no floaties. It's like, he wouldn't let you die, but it was like traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
My white stepmom did that though.
That bitch.
And she brings it up every family gathering. She brings it up. So yeah, that happened. Yeah. All right. So that's a
Yeah.
good heartbreak.
Yeah.
I mean, does that pop up in your mind from time to time?
If I'm not talking about soup and my mom's pissed me off, I'll bring up the tricycle.
Yeah.
I'll bring up lightsabers because she threw my lightsabers in the trash can. And I was devastated.
Every time I went through a parenting phase with our daughters, like every time they'd whine or cry,
Yeah.
he'd like throw out one of their beloved belongings.
Oh.
So like just recently we were looking at pictures and Cora's like, "That's my purple panda bear. Daddy threw him out."
Sydney, they're going, just to let you know, they're going to remember it forever.
Yes, and to be fair, because I feel like she unfairly contextualized that, I also did that to my son.
To make it right.
To be fair, I did it to all 3 of our kids. He learned quicker.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like, all right, noted.
With the girls, I was like, Sidney, I just fucking bought them that. Like, God damn. Those are their bed sheets.
Yeah. A toy or something like that's their
Yeah.
that's a kid's most prized possession.
Yeah.
It's the only thing they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing else matters.
Her
Yeah.
pink princess tent. It was
Yeah.
harsh
Did she bring it
things.
like everywhere around with her like a lot? Or
They
just-
they brought everything.
It was the
Like,
stuffed
that's
animals,
how I
yeah.
knew what to throw away.
Yeah.
It was
He went after
Yeah.
it. He was heartless.
Oh,
whatever was the thing that they brought everywhere with them that they constantly had in their arms. That was the thing that went into it, and it didn't go into like our trash. I would drive them to a dumpster, so they could watch me throw it into something that they couldn't even retrieve it from, and then like drive away.
let them know it's gone forever.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I grew out of that. I learned. We grow, we mature.
They are going to remember it forever.
Yeah.
I still remember I still bring it up anytime she's talking shit.
Yeah. So
I bring up the lightsaber.
how old were you when the lightsabers got tossed?
Probably 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. These ages check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
like you
remember
had some
crying
good black parents.
I remember crying hysterically. And I remember that stupid silver tin trash can that had the lid.
Yeah.
And she just stuffed them in there and then put the lid back on. And I was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah.
see that at least they could do that and throw it in the trash can at home. Like my kids didn't have a concept of don't go in the trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they would go in the trash and get it.
No, so here's the thing. I wouldn't, to me, anything that goes in there disappears.
Yeah.
So to me, it's almost like there's a bottomless hole that just goes into the earth.
For sure.
Yeah, like it's gone. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Everything that goes into the trash can now has hepatitis. It's gone.
Yes.
But yeah, that's man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I like so tricycles and man, that lightsaber tricycle combination would have been sick. To like
Yeah.
ride around on a tricycle with a lightsaber,
Yeah.
that would have been pretty sick.
First of all, you threw away my lightsaber, so you basically destroyed my ability to protect the family. It's like, how am I supposed to protect the family against the dark side? And you threw everything in the trash. Yeah.
Ansley, are you trying to make a "wasn't your family the dark side" joke right now? What are you doing?
I was not. I was not.
Because that would be wrong. That would be
Yeah.
really inappropriate. David's our guest.
Thank you for correcting me.
All right, definitely a heart chakra popped.
Yes.
Heart chakra popped.
Yes.
Ace.
We are to the throat chakra. So, David,
Oh dear God.
what
Dave.
is your
Two
greatest-
deodorant. He just. Do you see this? Do you see this?
Now I see it.
Dude, they were trashing me, and it was an accident. I was supposed to be back on deodorant, and there's that one day that I forgot, and they killed me. Like they left me alone for almost a whole year and a half that I wasn't wearing deodorant.
I know. I
And
think we all left you alone, and then like when we were like out of it, we were like, "Thank God!" And now like no slips. Like
Yeah.
you got all of our grace period already, and it's over.
It is. Let's get back to the podcast, please. All right, Ace, keep it moving.
Throat chakra. David, what is your greatest manipulation?
Manipulation. Geez, it all kind of rolls back into the same stuff. A lot of these topics, it's like, yeah, I was an asshole.
No,
with
this
that.
is the time you've been manipulated.
Oh, I've been manipulated.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other one's for the Patreon, but
Oh.
yeah,
Times I've been manipulated.
we did, and I
Um,
wrote it on there.
Oh, you did.
I'm trying to think. When was the last time I got manipulated?
I mean,
the biggest
other than
one.
the PPA situation, because he got you.
Yeah.
That guy, he got you.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I can make a counter video. So I got my own footage
Nice.
for OG abuse. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Last time I got manipulated. I haven't had any hardcore manipulations. I think an attempt was, it was a very stupid time in my life.
Mhm.
I decided to date a girl who was like Christian. I was saving the vagina for marriage because I was an idiot.
What a waste of time.
Big waste of time. And it's like you're wasting like your 22-year-old ripped body. You know what I mean?
How long did you date her?
Oh God, a couple years.
Ew.
I know. Yeah.
Like, were you trying to force the issue, or were you like, I am also gonna wait? You know, or
Did you have promise rings?
I was like, we did not have promise rings. It was not that bad.
Yeah,
but
they
no,
weren't gay.
I didn't. I said she was waiting and said she was gay. But yeah. So so after like maybe almost 2 years, something like that, she goes, because I was like the only guy she had dated at that point. She goes, yeah, and like I think she was graduated a year before me, so she had like just had a job, and I still had like a year to go, and so you know I'm still in college, so I'm not taking her to 5-star restaurants, but I think she wanted to be like, oh, I need somebody to take me out and do some other shit, right? So then she says, yeah, I want to go on some dates. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, go on some dates, you know, just see what it's like or whatever. But like, she's like, but you can't date anybody while I go do this. You know, but she's not fucking anybody.
Yeah.
She, you know, she just wants to go out, whatever.
She thought she was a top G.
Yeah. And she's like, but you can't go see other people already. I was like, okay, cool. You know, and as soon as the first fucking opportunity I had, I definitely hooked up with somebody else.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, I saw that manipulation coming.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not fair.
Did she go on any dates?
Yeah.
Like while you were together, she went on a couple dates?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
No, we weren't together at that point. I
Okay.
was like, I'm not hanging out with you still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the dates that she went on by any chance?
I wasn't following her. So.
Well, why not?
What would Sidney do?
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
Sidney would be at the same restaurant.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. This is where I always get my soup. I don't know. Yeah. That's
You take salsa dancing classes here too? Wow. That's crazy.
and also, to be fair, like when you're in college, it should be a different grading system for restaurants. Like Applebee's, when you're in college, Applebee's is a 5-star restaurant.
Oh, actually, I need to apologize to Applebee's.
Uh-oh.
Now that you mentioned that.
Go for it.
On a side note, I went to, we used to call it, there's 2 Applebee's in my neighborhood after, when I first bought a house. The closest one to me, we called Ghetto Applebee's because it's in West Philly. And the nice one was in like Haverford. We called it White Applebee's. So you could actually walk to Ghetto Applebee's, but it was so trifling, it's worth getting in the car and going to White Applebee's.
Gotcha.
So I was at Ghetto Applebee's and I ordered a hamburger, and the guy goes, you want pink or no pink? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this motherfucker, right? And then he took like all this time dancing the Tina Turner and Ike Turner Proud Mary. And he was doing all the Tina Turner dances before bringing out the food. And I could see the food's ready, but he has to finish the song dancing in the back. So I was like, this motherfucker trifling pink, no pink. So a couple nights ago, I got drunk. And I go on Uber.
Can I just this motherfucking trifling pink, no pink? That's a phrase worth repeating. I'm just saying.
Motherfucking trifling pink, no pink, motherfucker.
All right, my bad.
That is something you would hear on a bus.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
So the other night I was drunk and I decided to go to Uber Eats, and the only thing that's open is Applebee's that can deliver, right? And I'm looking at like the hamburgers and all this stuff. It says, how do you want this made? It says pink or no pink.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this is what they teach them to say.
Oh my God. He's not ghetto. He's a good employee.
Yes, he was going with what they told him to say.
He is a by the book. They were like, did you say pink or no pink? Yes, I said pink or no pink. Did you dance to Tina Turner? I finished the whole dance like we're supposed to.
I was like, this guy's a model employee. And I was like, man, you can't give niggas shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, oh, that's exactly what they but maybe then again, maybe they just hire extremely dumb people where they had to change it to pink or no pink.
Yeah.
That's also fair. Or maybe the dance he was doing was the exact amount of time that it takes for the burger to like finish cooking off the grill.
Perfectly,
you know?
yeah.
It was like, listen, you don't have to time it. Just finish this dance and then grab the food. But all right. Yeah. A nice little apology out of nowhere.
Yeah, get your karma right.
Apologies to the Applebee's dude.
That's the first episode, second chakra.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like pre-popping.
Yeah.
You're going back. You're going back to the. All right, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
gotta
that.
clear out all the chakras.
Yeah, and that's definitely a throat chakra. A throat chakra also popped about the manipulation. This virgin try to put you on ice.
Yeah.
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 All right, I like that. I like that. I also like that you
Yeah.
didn't fall for that.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dick was in a stable. She tried to keep it in there. I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Do you remember like when you hooked up with a person? Was it like a hookup? Like did you come? Is what I'm asking. did you get cum?
That is such a dude question, by the way. Like, did you come, bro? Like, most people are like, how'd you meet the next person that you hooked up with?
I'm like, no, dude. Did you get a hand job or not?
No, I know. There was 2 girls I hooked up with. Yeah.
Damn, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, player. All right, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
a throat chakra popped. Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the third eye chakra. So, David, what's your favorite thing to get jealous about?
Did I get jealous about?
Mm-hmm.
I won't say it's my favorite thing to get jealous about. Probably the thing that I get the most like angry at myself for.
Okay.
Probably social media. Yeah. It's one of those things where I look at somebody and they have like followers or following, and I view them as being lesser than me. And
Fucking sell out.
Yeah. and so I'll be like, okay, it's like, how the fuck does like anybody think this person's funny, or anybody thinks this person has talent, or someone's like dancing around like TikTok videos. You know, it's like you're dancing in Walmart in front of people that didn't know you're gonna be dancing.
Yeah.
And like 1 million people are fans of that. And it's like that took no talent to do.
Yeah.
0. Yeah.
Do you ever consider like what type of like no talent TikTok videos you could make? That like
No, actually, it's funny. I was with Butterly in a green room conversation. Maybe it might have been last week, but someone was talking about TikToks, or whatever. And like Butterly and I both just like looked at each other. It was like, I'd kill myself. You know, like I like if I made myself do these things, and it's cool for other people. You know, it's like if it works for you, it works for you. But just like I would have so much self-hatred.
For
you
sure.
know? Yeah, doing certain TikTok things. I just like ugh. Yeah, because now I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have TikTok? You scroll
No.
through TikTok? You see it on Instagram?
No, I just see it on Instagram or some like feed for some story or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've never scrolled through TikTok. I haven't signed up for it.
Gotcha. Can you remember the last dance that got under your skin?
I don't know. They're all the same to me.
Yeah, show us.
Because they're all really they're all doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a trend will occur.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
everybody does that trend for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I will say this. The last thing that really got on my nerves wasn't a trend. It was the algorithms. Like, I keep on getting suggested reels of people with Down syndrome. And it's usually
You're getting
because
jealous of people with Down syndrome.
Well, that's another thing. Like, you don't deserve this attention. You're just because your mom drank. That's not a talent. I mean, it's a talent you survived, but you know, yeah,
For sure.
yeah. But it's like so. I you know, like it's usually like if let's say you're shopping for shorts or something, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll go to some other website that has nothing to do with it. But it'll be like a Nike shorts. Like, oh, why this ad's coming up because I shop for Nike shorts, right?
Yeah.
But like I haven't looked up Down syndrome people. So why am I getting all these midget and Down syndrome video suggestions?
Maybe your phone is hearing you talk about soup to your mom. And like, he's definitely into it. Let's put it up on his feed and see if we got one.
Yeah.
Or there's a girl with Down syndrome and like she's a Down syndrome model. Yeah.
We were
Where does
watching
it
the
stop?
new there's a new Peter Pan like movie
Yeah.
out for kids, and one of the Lost Boys has Down syndrome.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know why, but that is like, I support that.
Yeah.
Where you say he's an extra lost boy? He can never find where he needs to be.
Yeah. Man, he can fly, but he can actually never land.
He's just flying in a circle the entire time. Sorry.
Oh man, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't even. That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
That's a whole
We'll
other
move
podcast.
on from that.
Yeah, that's definitely a third eye chakra popped.
Mm-hmm.
Dave gets jealous of TikTok dances and people with Down syndrome. Why can't that be me? I like it. I love that. All right. Ace, you want to keep it moving?
Yeah, we are to the crown chakra.
We made it.
Yes. So, David, what makes you feel the most connected?
Probably
Oh, no.
genuine
Oh, no.
connections.
As 3 deodorants for those of you who are listening. He just popped out another. So before he had his bag, and I said, Dave, you can put your bag on that hook over there. He was like, oh no, I have gifts. And both Ansley and I were like, ooh. And I've been hazed 3 times. 3 times. Okay. Ace, take it away, please.
I've already, yes. I want to know what makes David feel most connected.
Most connected to people or just things?
However it strikes you.
Connected is that's a weird word for me because like I'm very selective when it comes to people. Extremely, I'd say overly selective because like I can kind of like see what people are very quickly. You know, where everybody else might think someone's kind of cool or whatever. I'm just like, oh no, like you know, like I heard something or saw something. I'm just like, no, this person's a piece of shit. You know, so it's like probably most connected is just like I don't know. I guess being open about other things outside of just typical conversation, you know. So it's like I have a friend like Steve Gerben, like Gerbies, whatever. Like we can talk about anything with each other. So like someone like that, like I'm more connected to because like we don't have to like goof around or whatever. Like we can actually have serious conversations and serious fights and things like that. So it's like it's not anything that he doesn't know about me and I don't know about him kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So so what makes you feel connected is like interpersonal relationships
Yeah. Yeah.
where you can fight them.
I mean, it's like at that point you're like fighting someone like a sibling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it's just like oh, you're both so invested into each other. Where it's just like if someone's wrong, you're not gonna like let it go, kind of thing. So it's just like you know, or someone who's like like if something happens, like you can rely on that person.
Gotcha.
You know, like if I need to go on the run. It's like I can go to your place. I can turn my cell phone off and like go to my friend's place. And he's like, okay, just hide in my basement for a month.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. Yeah, yeah. So that's like that's a connection thing for me.
Yeah, that's pretty and if anything ever happens, and if you ever commit a crime, we'll take this episode down. That way nobody knows who your go-to guy is.
Yeah.
Make sure. Yeah, I got your back too, Dave. Despite these 3 deodorants, so I got your back.
I thought you were going to offer him our basement.
Our basement.
Or
I mean,
the
you
shed.
can. Yeah, you can hang out in our shed or basement.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Live
yeah.
in a shed.
Yeah, I'm fine. You're going to need all these deodorants in our shed,
Yeah.
dude. It gets warm in there. Are these all the same scent? We got Cool Rush,
Yeah.
Cool Rush, and Cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I dig it. I dig it. And did you have any follow-ups about the?
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Dave, I think we did it.
We did it.
We made it to the end.
Yes.
How do you feel, man?
I feel good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, dear God, Dave. You bought 4 deodorants. At least 4.
at least 4.
At least 4. You just brought out another.
The bag, I thought we had a lot of gifts.
Yeah, it's like the bag's not even going to be like weighed down anymore when he leaves. Yeah. And we didn't even ask you, but do you have time to stick around for the Patreon?
Yeah, I can stick around for a bit.
Hell yeah. So $1, by the way, gets you all of our exclusive content on our Patreon, which not only includes the counter to this podcast, which we call 2 Jack Bros After Dark, where we're going to enlighten Dave's shadow self, but we also do some fight commentary and analysis on Ansley's Jiu Jitsu matches. And we have some other stuff planned for the future for the Patreon, which is going to be really fun. So get on there, $1. Dave, do you have anything to promote?
When's this coming out?
We'll go Sunday.
Sunday? That'll be too late by then.
Okay, so the answer is no. Right. So thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys, and we are out.
See ya.